champs, get strapped in, get yourselves a cup of tea, cup of coffee, because we are in for a very long, epic trophy list review. So, some of us started trophy hunting in the pandemic. I started in 2021, but if you've ever wondered what your trophy list would look like if you started back in 2008, 2009 when trophies were invented, well, this might be it. This is an absolute OG trophy list right here. So we've got Shadow Maxim. Thank you for being patient, Shadow. It's taken a while to get to you. So some of these stats are just absolutely mental. Shadow has got a whopping 379 platinums, which is insane. A total of 16,205 trophies, 1,486 gold, 3,602 silvers, 10,738 bronzes. Absolutely mental. They have played 398 games, completing 364. So for you guys who are obsessed about completion percentage, 96.36% on an account that has nearly 400 platinums is just surreal. Averaging 2.92 trophies per day, which is very impressive for an account that is about 15 years old. They are 10,358 in the world rank, and in the USA they are 2,160, so nearly in the top 2,000 in a massive country of the USA. So I've got a few stats here. So we got 379 plats, 64 of those are ultra rare, which comes to just under 17%. So nearly 1 in 5 platinum is an ultra rare. And then in terms of consoles, we have an amazing mix here. Very, very impressive. On the PS3, there are 107 platinums. There are 174 PS4 platinums, 55 PS5 platinums, and a whopping 90 Vita platinums. Like, that is crazy. This dude has nearly as many platinums on the Vita as I have platinums in total. Series-wise, Shadow is a big fan of Final Fantasy. There are 7 Final Fantasy platinums and an amazing 9, if I counted correctly, 9 platinums from Resident Evil series, which is just the dream, really. So really, really special. Let's have a look at the trophy list, beginning all the way back in 2009. Yeah. The summer of 2009 is when Shadow popped their first platinum trophy, and it was Terminator Salvation on the PS3. Adapted obviously from the movie starring Christian Bale. I did look at this game. I think I saw it in a secondhand game store once, and I did want it because I do love Terminator and wouldn't mind a few more Terminator platinums. There is a Terminator game coming out, I think later this year or early next year, which is good. So these are obviously naturally going to be a combo of PS3 and Vita platinums in this era. So we got Jurassic the Hunted, Hyperdimension, Neptunia Mark II. There's a really nice wide variety of games here as well. Loads of really good Japanese games that I haven't heard of, to be fair. And obviously I'm not going to go through every game because there's so many, but the first Vita Platinum is Gravity Rush, which I've got. So a lot of people say it's a really good game for the Vita because it takes use of all of the Vita's controls, including like the back touch, I'm going to call it touch screen, but the kind of touch controls on the back of the Vita and stuff. So that is a game that I do want to do on my Vita. I'm really excited to see the Vita games on this trophy list because I've got quite a collection, but I've only got 4 or 5 Vita Platinums. We got Nier on the PS3, 80 hours, big juicy platinum. Then we got BioShock on the PS3, which is 3 out of 10, but I'm pretty sure the remaster on PS4 is rated harder. I don't know if they changed the trophy list, but then we got a tricky one here, Bayonetta, very nice, 6 out of 10. 40 hours done over the course of a year. Another Vita trophy, Disgaea 3, Absence of Detention. Fallout 3, which is an absolute banger. I played this on the PS3 and I really liked it. I think it's the only Fallout game I've played, but obviously Fallout 4 has just been remastered to PS5, so I hope to pick that up. But yeah, 5 out of 10, 120 hours, a lot of missable trophies, etc. And then 2 back-to-back very tricky PS3 Platinums. We've got Demon Souls, I believe the first of these Souls games, done over 4 years, nice, chipped away at a very difficult Platinum, 8 out of 10, 50 hours, very nicely done. Then we got Yakuza 3, which is 8 out of 10, 100 hours, but done in 2 weeks. Then we got Soul Sacrifice, a game I do have on the Vita. Quite tricky, 6 out of 10, 50 hours. I'll tell you something, on the Vita, games that are hard can become harder because obviously, you know, it's the Vita, it's handheld. It gets a bit cramped in the hands. But yeah, done in 3 weeks. We got Tales of Xillia, X-Blades on the PS3. For some of you guys who still have your PS3 hooked up and connected and you like getting PS3 Platinums, this is a good list to kind of come through and think of some games that you might not have played. There's loads of games here that I weren't aware of on the PS3. Hyperdimension, Neptunia Victory, 3 out of 10, 55 hours. Dragon's Crown. I got this on the Vita. Yeah, I picked this up on the Vita. I think it's the one where, if I remember correctly, it's a side-scrolling game. It does look quite fun. Yeah, 90 hours. I think there's quite a lot of playthroughs to do with it. 4 out of 10. But it's one that I definitely want to get onto. Then we've got our first Resident Evil Platinum on the list. Very nice. And it is Resident Evil 5, done on the PS3, which it was originally launched on. 4 out of 10, 30 hours. In my head, I don't know why, but I always think this game is harder and longer, but apparently it's not. You have to play on the hardest difficulty, so I think 2 playthroughs are advised. And you can do it co-op. It's definitely one that I really want to get around to, regardless of not if they're going to remake it. I definitely want to play that one. We got Time and Eternity. Then we got, I never know how to say these, YS, Memories of Celceta, 3 out of 10, 60 hours on the Vita and on the PS4. The Witch and the 100 Night, 5 out of 10, 60 hours, 1 week, 4 days. I've not heard of this, but it sounds pretty good. The Witch and the 100 Night. We got another OG Infinite Battle. We got Soul Sacrifice Delta on the Vita. That's one that I've not got. The 6 out of 10, 90 hours, done in 3 weeks. Very nice. The one good thing I guess about the Vita is you can just carry on trophy hunting. You can trophy hunt on the bus, on the train, anywhere really. You can just take it out with you, which I've done in the past. Last Rebellion, and then a Colossal Platinum, if you will. Shadow of the Colossus, 8 out of 10, 50 hours. Pretty tricky and done very quickly. So yeah, very nicely done. Hyperdimension Neptunia PP on the Vita. I've seen this. There's a few secondhand stores in the UK. We've got something called CEX. You might have heard of it. Some of you will know what it is. And that's kind of where I go to like hunt Vita games. I have seen this on a few shelves, but they're quite expensive. Some of these rare Japanese games are so expensive on Vita. ICO, 6 out of 10, but 10 hours, done really quickly. And then our absolute PS3 classic, Dead Space, 5 out of 10, 25 hours, done in 5 days. This will not be the last we see of Dead Space 1. Then we got Sonic Unleashed. Look at this, 9 out of 10, 65 hours, absolutely epic. Done over the course of basically 5 years. And then back onto a few sequels here. So we got Yakuza 4, which again is nearly as difficult as Yakuza 3, 6 out of 10, 80 hours, done in 3 weeks. Bioshock Infinite, 6 out of 10, 30 hours, 3 days, 2 hours. Shadow just churns through these platinums. It is really something else. Multiple platinums per month. We got, again, more sequels. Hyperdimension Rebirth 1, Tales of Xillia 2, Muramasa Rebirth on the Vita. Definitely a game I'm adding to my list. 6 out of 10, 45 hours. Demon Gaze Global Edition, 4 out of 10, 55 hours. So this was in 2014, so I think a year after the Vita launch, so there would have been quite a lot of games coming out and being marketed and stuff before it all just kind of basically fell off with the Vita. I don't know why. Fairy Fencer F, 75 hours, another long one, done pretty quickly. This one, 8 out of 10, Drakengard 3 on the PS3, very tough game. 40 hours done in the space of a week, no problem. And then Resident Evil Revelations, PS3. This is a very, in my opinion, this is quite a difficult platinum trophy. I think it deserves more than 6 out of 10. I've got it on the PS4. I think it was originally a Nintendo DS game, and they ported it to all the consoles. So this one, you have to play through the game on at least normal difficulty without ever dying, which obviously can be tricky. You have to play the game on the hardest difficulty, I believe. And then they have something called raid mode, which is a bit like Mercenaries, a bit kind of roguelike. You have to go through loads of the levels, and they've got enemies in different positions and all the hardest enemies at once. And you have to kind of kill them and do challenges. It's a massive grind, like epic grind. You can do it co-op, which is this one saving grace. But yeah, it's a very difficult trophy. I've popped a few trophies for this game because I just want to play it for the story. But it is one I might try and chip away at, but it's pretty tricky. And yeah, he did it in a month and 18 hours. I guess the online would have been a lot more busier, and you could have probably match made a bit easier back then. But still, it's a very, very hard platinum. If you got that solo shadow, let us know, because that will give a bit of inspiration. And then we got a couple of games here on the Vita, and then we got Metro Last Light, which I believe is ultra rare. 6 out of 10, 20 hours on the PS3. And then onto a total banger, a very, very difficult platinum trophy, The Evil Within. This is the game that was created by the dude who made the first Resident Evil games. There's a few similarities. 9 out of 10, 50 hours. You have to play on the hardest difficulty, which is very unforgiving from what I've heard from people and what I've seen. I know there's a few of you subscribers who've got this platinum, and you've told me how hard it is. And look at that. A 9 out of 10 game to play on the hardest difficulty done in a week and 2 days is very, very impressive. Then we've got Duke Nukem Forever. Very nice. Always happy to see the Duke on a trophy list. Very nice. PS3. Again, 7 out of 10, 30 hours. No problem. Done in 2 days. Very nice. Another Hyperdimension Neptunia sequel, Rebirth 2 on the Vita. Criminal Girls Invite Only on the Vita, 5 out of 10, 55 hours. This is a great list if you're a Vita fan, because there are so many games. I know a fair bit of Vita games. I've got about, I think 40, 45 in my collection, but there's many here that I've not even heard of. For example, like the Firefly Diary, which is a 7 out of 10, 10 hours done in a day and a bit. Very, very nice. And then after doing Resi 5, you jumped onto Resident Evil 6 on the PS3. That probably was when it was launched, I think, 2015. I can't remember what year it came out, but yeah. 4 out of 10, 60 hours. I think it's one of the longest Resident Evil games because there's 4 campaigns you have to do, and you did this very quickly, basically a campaign a day. I think you do have to play on the hardest difficulty and pop a few challenges, but yeah, nicely done. Another one that I really want to get to eventually. Then we got Hyper Devotion Noir, Goddess Black Heart, what a name, on the Vita. And then we got a very, very popular game, very popular platinum, and the OG original one, PS3, Last of Us 2015, 6 out of 10, 60 hours. Got to play the game on the hardest difficulty. And got to do quite a big multiplayer grind. A fun one, but quite a big grind. I think it's 160 matches in total, because it's 80 per faction. You have to do 2 factions, done in a week and 4 days. Very nice. Very nice. You clearly really like that game and obviously enjoyed your time with it, like most of us. Hatsune Miku, PS3 Vita, Akiba's Trip. I know about this on the Vita. I haven't got this yet, but I know about this game. 3 out of 10, 30 hours. Hyperdimension on the Vita. And then we got Sly Cooper. So, random side story. I was in that secondhand game store I mentioned earlier, CEX, and I was handing in Jedi Survivor because that was just one game. I got the platinum and I was like, I'm probably never going to play this again. And I always check the Vita shelves, and I tend to have most games that are in these stores, but randomly they had Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, and I've always wanted the Sly Cooper games on the Vita, so I got well lucky. I literally handed in Jedi Survivor and picked this up. So right now I'm averaging a Vita game a year, so I'm hoping this year I can start chipping away at Sly Cooper on the Vita, but I really look forward to that because it looks like a really good game, and kind of wish they'd make more of them because they just look really fun. So here in the space of pretty much a week, you've done 3 Sly Coopers back to back. Very nice. The fact that you did this in literally 9.5 hours is quite inspiring. Hopefully I can do it in similar as well. We got Mo Criminal. This is like a little Vita season we're in here now for Shadow's trophy list. Back in the summer of 2015, maybe you're traveling around and you kept your Vita with you. We got Shinobido 2. I've got this on the trophy on my Vita collection. This is a pretty cool game, kind of a stealth ninja type game. I think it's quite straightforward, but I think if I remember the trophy list, you have to do 3 or 4 playthroughs. I think you have to play on every single difficulty and get alternative endings. So it's definitely one that I want to do. And you did it again really quickly. I don't think there's a guide on PSN, but I think PlayStation Trophies rate it at 3 out of 10. So fairly doable, but yeah, definitely one that I want to play. And again, yeah, done really quick. Then we got Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3. Nice, chipping away at that series on the Vita. Nice to see. Ode to an Unborn Star. Conception 2. Army Corps of Hell. I picked this up as well. Yeah, platinumed in 3 days. Yeah, this looks like an interesting kind of strategy game. I've got this on the Vita, but I've never started it. But again, yeah, the fact that you did it so quick is making me want to. I'm literally going to dust off my Vita as soon as I finish recording this. Like this list is really inspiring me to go play my Vita a lot. Then we got, yeah, nice, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. So you got all 4 of the Sly Cooper Vita games. Again, done really quick. Tearaway, which I've always heard good things about. Really good game made for the Vita, and again one of those where it uses all of the Vita's features like the front facing camera, the back touchpad, etc. Then onto a banger that I've heard a lot of good things about. 7 out of 10, 15 hours, Spec Ops The Line. I think if I'm correct, it's the game set in Dubai, I believe. 2 days, 1 hour, pretty quick for such a tricky game. And then Vanquish, 9 out of 10, 15 hours, done in 2.5 weeks, no problem. And then what else have we got here? We've got Resident Evil Revelations 2. So you did the sequel. I've got this as well on the PS4. Rated 7 out of 10, 25 hours. It's the Revelations games are like episodic, and I think they released an episode a month or a week back in real time. Obviously now you can just buy the whole game as one. I know this is quite tricky because you have to do, I don't know if you have to play the whole game in Invisible Enemies mode, but you have to do at least 1 episode, I believe, and you have to do a few speed runs. But yeah, this is definitely one I want to get round to. It might even be my next Resident Evil game, I'm not sure. Because you don't have to play the Revelations in order, to be fair. They're different characters, but yeah, I definitely want to get round to this. We got Dead Space 2 on the PS3. Final Fantasy Type 0. And then we got Boom over December 2015. Back-to-back Uncharted Trilogy. Awesome games on the PS4. The remastered trilogy. Really great. This is literally what my trophy list looks like. 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. Yeah, I did these in a few days. I absolutely loved them. Just did them back to back. Then we've got the New Order done in 2 and a bit days. Very good platinum. I got this not long ago. Really enjoyed it. Really liked that one. I was proud of that platinum. Then you did Old Blood in 2 days, 2 hours. Dude, I mean, I don't know how you did this so quick. I've got this game on 84%. It really annoys me whenever I see it on my trophy list, and I just can't do those challenge maps. I need to just really knuckle down and focus on them, but I really want to get it done. I think it's harder than New Order. I think it's a 6. It should be a 6 out of 10. Maybe this could be a 5, but yeah. Couple of Castlevania Platinum as well. Nice to see. I think there's talks of that being rebooted or remastered or something, but it'd be good to have more Castlevania games out there. Then we got The Witch in 100 Night again, Revival Edition on the PS4. We got The Apprentice of Arland, 6 out of 10, 75 hours. Nice mix of PS3, PS4, Vita games. Yakuza, Dead Souls. Then we got Dishonored on the PS3. Nice, very popular game. I think available on PS Plus now. Grand Kingdom, 100 hours, 3 out of 10. We got God Eater 2, Criminal Girls 2, Super Dimension. Loads of Vita games. Love it. Final Fantasy 15, 80 hours. World of Final Fantasy, I've got this on the Vita. I don't quite understand what this is, because it's like characters are certain like model type. They're like these, almost like these dolls or something. I think I'm thinking of the right game. Yeah, it is. I've got it on the Vita and I don't quite understand it. I'm not sure it should be my first Final Fantasy game. Then we got Final Fantasy 13, 90 hours. Man, these Final Fantasy games take a long time. 90 hours, 5 out of 10. They are juicy platinums for sure. We've got The Order 1886 on the PS4. 6 hours is pretty good. Yeah, I would have it down as like 9 to 10 hours like the guide says, but 6 hours is pretty damn impressive. Then we go Uncharted Golden Abyss. I always get happy when I see this because not a lot of people have this. A lot of people have all the Uncharted games on consoles, but this is the one they don't tend to have. I've got the platinum in this. This game has one of the most annoying RNG trophies ever. I mean, not as bad as Returnal, but basically there are 5 sets of cards, bounty cards they call them. So you have like spades, ace, hearts, king, queens, and random enemies drop them, and you have to collect around 18 to 20 of these cards. So it'll be 1 card per 4 chapters. So chapters 1 to 4, any one of those 4 chapters, you can get a certain type of card. So you have to just keep killing enemies in those chapters. And literally, you'll just keep doing the same checkpoint again and again and again, non-stop. And every 7 checkpoints, 1 enemy will drop one of these cards. It's just totally bizarre, so RNG. I remember I chipped away at this platinum for a month, and there was one day where I was playing it and suddenly 2 cards dropped quick, and I just thought something's going on here. Maybe the game, I don't know. Maybe it's a lucky day. And I had to go out that day, and I literally kept my Vita on, put it in my pocket, and I went out, jumped on the tube in London. I had to carry on just grinding away as I went to some place, had an appointment, kept it on in my pocket, took it back out, kept playing it. And that was the day I got the platinum. I remember it was just bizarre. But that is the good thing about the Vita. It has like a good 5, 6, 7 hour battery life, maybe more. And yeah, you can just literally take it around. So it's a mobile trophy hunting device. Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. Excuse me. Final Fantasy 13/2, the sequel to 2, part 2 of 13. Super Robot Wars 5, not seen that before on a trophy list. Fallout New Vegas, very nice on the PS3. 5 out of 10, 80 hours. Obviously, right now it's like Fallout season because of the TV show. There's loads of stats about how Fallout games are selling like 1000% more than they have done before. So everyone's trying to jump on the kind of get back into the Fallout world, which is really nice. Then we got Valkyria Revolution, God Wars Future Past, Mary Skeleton Nightmares, Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4, nice, just banging out these Neptunia games. Trinity Universe, look at this one, 7 out of 10, 120 hours on the PS3, Tears to Tiara 2, Heir of the Overlord. Very difficult game, very difficult game. And then look at this, Summer Night 6, Lost Borders, 200 hours, 5 out of 10, 200 hours, 2.5 weeks, unbelievable. The Witch and the 100 Knight 2. Thief, which is an ultra rare on the PS4, 5 out of 10, 40 hours. Yeah, I was looking through the ultra rares and I saw Thief was there, and I'm a bit surprised by that. I don't know, is it just people don't play it or something, or it's harder to platinum than the guide implies? But yeah, it's quite rare to see kind of a well-known popular game like this to be an ultra rare. Horizon Zero Dawn on the PS4, platinum that I have as well, and I'm quite like that one. I want to get around to the sequel. Then we got a little Bioshock season here on the PS4, very nice. 1, 2, and Infinite. Done very quickly. Bioshock 1 done in a day and a half. 4 out of 10, 15 hours. Okay, so it's not that much. The PS3 one was rated 3 out of 10, so yeah, it'd be interesting to know what the difference is, if any. Bioshock 2. And you got Prey. I think I saw Prey on PS Plus catalog and I thought about it. I think it's a first person shooter, first person narrative type game. Quite a few missable trophies, but 4 out of 10, 45 hours. It did look quite interesting, actually. I did look into it. It's not one that I see often on the trophy list, but it's one that I've thought about. This Gale one, complete, 80 hours, 5 out of 10, done in a week. Mugen Soul Z, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, 6 out of 10, 175 hours. You know, it's surprising when you go through a trophy list that has loads of platinums, you think it'd be loads of much shorter games, but actually a lot of these games are very, very long and done very quickly. A very special, unique balance. Then we got Metro 2033 Redux, Metro Last Light Redux, struggled there. Both done within 2 days. I need to try these games. I think I bought 2033 Redux. I do like FPS story games, but I don't know. I can't get into them. I don't know why. I know Metro you have to do 2 playthroughs, I think, and get 2 endings, or one's kind of good, one's kind of bad. Then we got Dishonored 2, nice. 5 out of 10, done in 5 days. Vampire, Code Vein, 5 out of 10, 75 hours, done in a week and 2 days. And then we got my first Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. If you want to get into the Resident Evil series and you see all these millions of games with different titles and it confuses you, grab Resident Evil 7, because it's its own chapter in the main story, so you can play it without playing any others. It's a good entry point. It's 2017 it came out, it's very new. I think there's a PS5 version as well, so you can get updated graphics. It's first person shooter, really good. 3 playthroughs, really good game. Enslaved Odyssey to the West, The Darkness 2, Days Gone, total banger, completely underappreciated. You got that, you did that on launch, I think. It was 2019 when Days Gone came out. Metro Exodus, nice, complete the trilogy on PS4, very nice. Resi Evil 2, another good entry point. If you don't know where to start, get the remake of Resident Evil 2 on the PS4 or PS5 and play that. Absolute near masterpiece, great game. Again, you did that when that came out in 2019. Control, I'm not a fan, but yeah, I see why people like it. It's just, yeah, not for me really. Fallout 4, So Fallout 4 literally a few days ago launched the PS5 upgrade, which in the UK retails for £15 on the PS Store. Obviously, if you have the disc or digital edition of Fallout 4, I believe you get it for free. So, and I think the game is now 4K at 60 frames a second, or aiming to be near to 60 frames per second. So yeah, I've always wanted to play Fallout 4, and I would like to platinum it. I know it's one of those tricky ones where I think you basically have to make strategic saves so that you kind of get in with one faction, reload, get in with another faction, etc. But it looks good. It looks like a nice, fun, juicy game you can play for a long time. So yeah, and again, done over a month and 3 days. So it's definitely kind of game I'll be looking for soon. Fallout 4, definitely. Last Recode, 100 hours. Final Fantasy VII Remake, very popular. Part 1 of 3, I believe, if I understand my Final Fantasy VII situation. 5 out of 10, 60 hours. Then in 2020, Resident Evil 3 launched, the remake. Shit, 1 day, 15 hours. That is pretty impressive. It's the shortest, I think it's the shortest Resident Evil game out of the ones I've played. And I think it takes a minimum of 3 playthroughs, maybe 2. I think if you're mental, you could do it in 1 playthrough, but you'd have to do the hardest difficulty and in the speed run, which is mental. But yeah, that's very impressive because this platinum is straightforward until you play the hardest difficulty and you play the final boss. That is a pain in the backside, honestly. An absolute pain in the backside, that boss. He really makes you earn your platinum. We've got a big 100-hour game here, Omega Quintet. Moving on, Last Guardian, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, done in a day. Shadow of the Colossus, done again on the PS4, done really quickly, I guess because you had the expertise from doing it the first time. Zombie, a game you don't see often. I believe it's an ultra rare. PS4, I think set in my beloved London as well, I believe, if I've got this correct. 6 out of 10, 24 hours. Quite tricky, but yeah, it's a game that doesn't get played often, so it's still an ultra rare. Knack, a very, very tricky platinum. I think it's one of those platinums that you might think is easier when you look at it, but it's actually quite tricky. 6 out of 10 might not even do it justice. I've heard from people that, yeah, it is pretty tricky at times, and done back to back. Knack 1 and Knack 2, nice. Done Disgaea 3 on the PS3. G.I. Joe, I don't think I've seen that on a trophy list before. Nice. Tearaway Unfolded on the PS4, the sequel. Battle Princess of Arcadius, Neptunia Virtual Star, Sakura Wars, Blasphemous on the PS4, 7 out of 10, 20 hours, done in a week, no problem for Shadow. We got Chasm, Teslagrad, Poison Control. We got Neo Replicant on the PS4, 50 hours. Then we got, oh yeah, this one is crazy. Look at this. A Plague Tale Innocence, which I think I did, I don't know, over 2 weeks, a week and a half, chipped away at it. My dude, 22 hours, 39 minutes. You just did Plague Tale in 1 full day is pretty mental, especially because you have to do 1 playthrough and then you don't do another playthrough, but you play a few chapters to upgrade the things. It's really annoying. Upgrade your weapons and stuff. But yeah, that is pretty mental because there's a lot of puzzles in the game. There's collectibles. Yeah, to do that in 1 day is impressive, dude. And then that's 7th of June. The very next day, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Nice. Just back to back, 2 very good platinums. Yeah, love it. The hunger for platinums. I think there's a sequel coming out this year, I believe, but I think it's Xbox exclusive. I don't know the history behind that. I don't know why this one's on PS4, but then we don't get the sequel. I don't know. And then we got Salt and Sanctuary. A little tricky platinum, 5 out of 10, 15 hours. Done in a day and a bit. Got Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden, 6 out of 10. We got Sundered. Got an amazing variety of games on this trophy list. Really, honestly, really brilliant variety. Scarlet Nexus is a game I did think about, I looked into. It does look pretty fun. 2 out of 10, 60 hours. Neptunia Reverse, nice on the PS5. PSN Profiles have now done this thing that throws me off. They've made the PS5 logo white. Which, yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know. I think I prefer them blue. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, I think I prefer it just all one color, but with different shades. Gris or Gris. Popular Platinum for sure. Vesta, Icy, Mitsurugi, Kamio Hikai, 6 out of 10, 15 hours. PS4, 6 out of 10, no problem. Done in a day and a bit. We got another nice batch of unique games here. Ark of Alchemist, Dusk Diver, Time Spinner, Astro's Playroom. Apparently there's talks of there being a sequel. So yeah, guys, if you own a PS5, get this platinum. This game takes about literally 4.5 hours. Took Shadow 4.5 hours. Took me about 5 to 6 hours. Get this platinum. It's really fun. It'll really make you enjoy your controller a lot more. Sorcery Saga. Merry Skelter Finale, 60 hours, 5 out of 10, done in a week. Lone Survivor, 6 out of 10, 12 hours, done in a day. Necromunda, Hired Gun. I think I got this, I found this game from Deathy Me's trophy list, which I did probably a year ago or so now. And I got it on sale on the PS Store. It's definitely one I want to do. You did it in a day and 3 hours. Yeah, it looks like a really solid first-person shooter. It's definitely one that I want to get around to for sure. In fact, seeing this now on your list has actually reminded me I definitely want to do this pretty soon. Chris Tales, Blue Fire Biomutant. It's a popular one that I see in the trophy community. 3 out of 10, 30 hours. Banged out in 3 days. Hades, 6 out of 10, 50 hours. Quite a juicy platinum there. 6 out of 10, 50 hours. Bit of an end game grind if I recall. Done in a week and 3 days. Very nice. I'm seeing some things online about it being a sequel coming soon, possibly this year. Disgaea 4, nice. Continuing the series. Look at those numbers. 8 out of 10, 200 hours. Done over the course of a year. Absolute brilliant dedication to that on the PS3. Very, very nice, my friend. Then we got Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth on the PS5. A game I've not heard of. I do like the cover. Done in a day and 2 hours. Disgaea D2. I should have included Disgaea at the beginning on your series list because yeah, you've got about, I think now 6 Disgaea Platinums, maybe more. Tales of Zestiria, 6 out of 10, 90 hours. Blade Strangers, Blade Arcus. Then here's a very tricky one on the PS3. Again, look at these numbers and look at the dedication. This is very impressive. Look at this. Ageris Generations of War 0, PS3, 8 out of 10, 175 hours. 11 years, 1 week. That's nice to see. Look at that. Over a decade in the making. Very, very nice. Little Nightmares 2. I've got this platinum. Nice game. A really nice style as well. The visual, the graphics and stuff. Disgaea 6, complete literally on the PS5. 3 out of 10, 75 hours, 4 days. Disgaea expert here. Dusk Diver 2. Bunny, I love this title. Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils. Love it. It's on the Vita as well. I need to check that out. 3D Dot Game Heroes, Wet, Akiba's Beat. I've seen this on the Vita. I haven't got it, but it is one that I definitely want to look into. Dark Rose Valkyrie. And then onto a banger. If you guys have watched the channel, you know I love this game. I've platinumed it twice. Love it. Love Resident Evil Village. Yeah, love this game. 3 playthroughs, epic game. I think you could possibly play this game without playing any others. It's not the right thing to do. You should play 7 first, but maybe you could. I don't know. But yeah, I love this game. Really good. Disgaea 4, Promise Revisited, 8 out of 10. 200 hours on the Vita. Mental. Absolutely mental. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, 5 out of 10, 25 hours. Azure Lane Crosswave. Nice mixture of PS4, PS5 and Vita. I quite like that even when you got a PS5, you kind of still just went back to the PS3, the Vita, and just carried on. Really do like that other side. On the PS4, definitely one I'm going to look into. I like this cover. 4 out of 10, 25 hours. There's quite a lot of games I've got from this list that I'm going to look into, particularly Vita ones. Dead Cells on the PS4, 7 out of 10, 50 hours. Then we got Fairy Fencer 5. I think this is a sequel to one that you did earlier, many years ago. Alan Wake 1, or Alan Wake Remastered, done on the PS5, very nice. Personally, I'm not a fan of the game, that's just me. Carry On, 7 out of 10, 7 hours, 3 out of 10. Tales of Iron, very difficult, 6 out of 10, 15 hours. Short game, but tricky game, done in a day and a half. Then we got a couple of the Alice games here. Alice Madness Returns. Full Metal Panic, Fight Who Dares Wins. I love that. Full Metal Panic's good, got a good ring to it. Then the third Fairy Fencer F game, Refrain Called on the PS5. We got Relayer, The Alliance Alive, The Night Witch, and then Moon Scars on the PS5. Some good low-key PS5 games here to keep an eye out on, guys. Some really good PS5 games. Moon Scars I've heard of. Definitely one I'm going to check out. Night Witch I've not, but I'm going to check that out for sure. Especially I kind of do sometimes wonder where all the games on the PS5 are, but there's quite a few here that I'm definitely going to look into. A nice Shantae trilogy here. Then boom. I'm not going to spend 10 minutes talking about this game, even though I'd love to. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 launched last year. One of my all-time favorite games. Unbelievable masterpiece. And done very quick, you know. A week and 5 hours is pretty good. It took me, I think, 2 and a bit weeks. And I was still trying to figure out what it is I have to do. I never played it before. Yeah, a week and 5 hours. Very impressive. I'd love to know, Shadow, how many playthroughs you did, how you approached it, because there's different amounts of playthroughs you can do depending on how brave you are, how much you want to combine different playthroughs. But yeah, I still want to do this on the PS4 on my account, and I can't wait to do that. I'm going to save that for a rainy day, and I'm probably going to platinum it again on my wife's account because I love it that much, and, you know, up her platinum numbers. Monochrome Mobius, Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. These are really good PS5 games that I wasn't aware of. Rhapsody, Mar Kingdom Chronicles, Demoniaca, Blood Drain Betrayal. Yeah, these are really cool looking PS5 games. Gal Guardians, Demon Purge. This looks pretty cool. Yeah, on the PS5 that I would definitely want to look into. And then we got Deception 4, Disgaea 7, very nice. Shadow, I owe you apology. I should have mentioned all the Disgaea games at the beginning when I mentioned Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. Very nice. I love seeing I love people doing loads of series, their favorite games. Tales of Arise, another game, 2 out of 10, 60 hours, bit of a grind. Rumblefish 2. Shady Part of Me, I've done this game, actually. This is one of my early platinums. This is quite a good little puzzler game you can do in a day. It's There's still a girl, and you and your shadow are a character. So depending on the puzzle, dark or light, you switch between and you work together. It's actually quite a nice little game. Yeah, this is taking me down memory lane. This was like one of my first 20 platinums when I was still figuring out trophy hunting. Stray, I've got this as well. This is a good one on the PS5. A nice one-day platinum. It does involve a speed run though, which isn't too bad, but Samurai Maiden on the PS5, nice Death or Treat. I've not heard of that one on the PS5. And then onto a banger, Dead Space. I got this platinum on the PS5. Yeah, I really liked it. Mixed news recently about whether or not there's a sequel. It's not very clear. Some people reporting that they've cancelled the remake of number 2 because this one didn't sell as well, and other people are disputing that, so I have no idea. Final Fantasy VII Remake, again on the PS5, because you did it on the PS4 before, so nice. I do like when people go back and platinum games twice because they like it so much. I'm quite a fan of that. I've done it at least 5 or 6 times. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion on the PS5. Then we got Grand Blue Fantasy versus nice. After Image, Under Night in Birth 2. Quite a short game on the PS5. Fate Samurai Remnant, 4 out of 10, 70 hours. This is like a good juicy PS5 game. And then we got Scoutfold, Shrouded Insanity, Usurper, done those 2 back to back to Grand Blue Fantasy. And then this is a monster of a game. I didn't realize how hard this platinum is. So this was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that just launched, I think, not long ago, like a month ago or so, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 8 out of 10, 200 hours. No, thank you. Done in a month and 2 days. Very, very quick. I feel like this didn't have the same hype as the one last year did. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed it. But yeah, it doesn't seem as hyped up. I remember the Final Fantasy that came out last year was really hyped up. It's all I kept hearing about for ages. Golgo Second Encore, PS4 and Vita. And then, oh my god, we have come to the end. Witchcrafty on the PS5. 3 out of 10, 4 hours. So very nice combo of short platinums and a juicy big one recently. So I know some of you mentioned that I should look at this side kind of cabinet rarest trophy, so I'm going to start doing that. So in here, obviously, we've got the ultra rares, and there are many of them, 64 platinums in total. Rarest trophies at 0.75%. These percentages don't mean much to me. I don't know if they do to you guys, but I can flag them in general. And then all in all, 614 ultra rare trophies across the board, which is, yeah, super, super impressive. I'm not even going to tell you how many I have. It's embarrassing, but you can see, actually, you can see my profile, but yeah, it's not great. And then trophy milestones. So let's start from the beginning. We have got the first trophy was the replicated man in Fallout 3. Very, very nice. The first platinum was determinated. You know, you are a determined person, so very nice. Terminated Salvation. 500th trophy was Terminated, which is just a weird coincidence. 10th platinum was Bayonetta, nice, and that was 11 years ago. 1000th trophy in Soul Sacrifice. Dragon's Crown was your 20th platinum. Why is this a milestone? 1,337 trophy. Is that a thing that I don't know about? Is that a special number? I don't know. But either way, it was egg on your face in Resident Evil 5. 1500th trophy was 10 years ago. Unbelievable. 30th platinum was Soul Sacrifice Delta. 40th platinum was Hyperdimension Neptunian. Nice, one of your favorite series. 50th platinum was, I don't know what this game is. I can't see the full English name. unfortunately. 2500 trophy was not bad for a human. Nice. Duke Nukem Forever. And then we've got 75th platinum was Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, which was done on the Vita. So nice, a milestone on the Vita. And then we've got your 100th platinum was Metropolis Blasters Heroines Infinite Duel 8 years ago. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5000th trophy was on Dishonored. The Order 1886 with the 125th platinum. Cross Edge was the 150th. You got your 8000th trophy 5 years ago on Metro. Your 200th platinum was 4 years ago. You had 200 platinums in 2020. Crazy. Chaos Code, New Sign of Catastrophe. Disgaea was your 225th. Very nice. I know not everyone plans milestones. I'm not, just to be clear here, I presume you just kind of bang through your games. But maybe you do plan your milestones. I have mixed feelings about the whole milestones thing. Ageris Generations of War 0 with the 300th platinum. 350th was nice. Resi 4, what a platinum name, because boredom kills me. Then 8 months ago, Shadow got their 15,000th trophy. Unbelievable. So there you have it, guys. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I know it's my longest ever trophy list review. Shadow, dude, I want to say a big thank you for submitting your trophy list and for being really patient. Sorry, I've just been very busy with life, so it's taken me a while to get around to you. And always thank you so much, Shadow, for always interacting in the comments and stuff. Dude, I love chatting to you. And yeah, guys, the biggest trophy list we have done so far on this channel, Shadow is a total legend. So one last time, 379 platinums, 64 ultra rare, averaging about 1 in every 5 platinum as an ultra rare, 90 Vita platinums, 107 PS3 platinums, 174 PS4 platinums, and 55 PS5 platinums. Trophy hunting for 15 years since 2009. That is so long ago. So long ago that back in 2009, my football team, Man United, was actually quite good at football. That's how long ago it was. But yeah, unbelievable stuff, guys. And a really nice mix of games. I've got quite a lot to get through. I'm going to actually afterwards filter your list by just Vita only and just look at all the Vita games you got, because there's a few that I didn't know about. And I think a big thing I'm taking away from this is I definitely want to start popping more Vita Platinums for sure. For sure. I've had the whole 100 milestone hanging over my head recently. I've been trying to get that out the way, and then I can kind of crack on with more platinums, and I'm definitely going to play more Vita games. So yeah, really very impressive, diverse trophy list, dude. Really, really amazing. Trophy hunting legend. So yeah, guys in the comments, kind of show some love to Shadow for their amazing trophy list. And let us know what kind of games you found in this list that you're going to look into a bit more. And let me know if you own a Vita as well. I feel like the Vita still doesn't get enough love and it's underappreciated. Especially if you're a very serious trophy hunter, it's worth getting a PS Vita. Seriously, you can get good ones secondhand in good condition. And let me know if you want to see a video on the PS Vita maybe from me. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you, Shadow Maxim, for sending in your trophy list, and hope you enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one. Take care.